Oh, this sounds real interesting and fun. Let's get it, Wonder. Go over there, subscribe, tell them Tyrone Magnus sent you.
Spider-Man's future in the MCU is shaping up to be absolutely insane. And no, I'm not talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day, even though, yeah, this movie seems like it's going to be an incredible Spider-Man movie, but his future seems to be pretty dang incredible as well, possibly getting a big team up with most of the Defenders, if not all of them, and some more going up against Kingpin, and him possibly mentoring Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen. Tom Holland
the street
has
level
recently
stuff
opened up about what he thinks the future of the MCU should look like with Spider-Man. Also, at the same time, we have a new insider report talking about some big stuff coming for Spider-Man. So what is going on, Cosmic Crew? Thanks for
All right.
the channel today. A lot of
Tom Holland gonna retire a billionaire if he play his game right. You know what I mean? Play this right with all this Spider-Man stuff he doing.
Spider-Man hype right now. Obviously, Spider-Man Brand New Day is right around the corner. A lot of promos for it coming out, a lot of insider information about it coming out, and it's looking like it's going to be really good. We're going to be eating really well. But today I want to talk about the future of Spider-Man past Spider-Man Brand New Day, because I'm really excited for that too, especially after hearing what we're hearing. Let's not waste any time. Let's dive into this report from Alex Perez. Now, Alex Perez does Q&As on the Cosmic Circus Discord. Not related to my Discord, the Cosmic Wonder Discord. They have their own. And he was asked about a team-up project. Asked if he's going to team up with Daredevil at any point in time. Not talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day, because that still seems to be up in the air. But after. And this is what he said. Movie with Spider-Man and the Defenders and all the street-level people, the Punisher, everyone like that, seems the most plausible. Just as a reminder, a good chunk of info I get involves stuff that is months, if not years, in pre-production to getting stuff done on set. But I can tell you right now, as much as I'm excited to see Spider-Man alongside the Defenders faced off against Kingpin and his goons, there's something about Spider-Man going toe-to-toe with Daredevil that would be immensely satisfying if they go through with it. And then he talks about the future.
Yeah, Peter would have to totally pull his punches all the way back. There's no way Daredevil should even be able to go toe-to-toe with him. You know what I mean? Like, Spider-Man's faster, stronger, and he has the spider sense. So, even though Daredevil has the echolocation or sonar or whatever you want to call it, he should be no match for him at all. So it's the only way he's going to get at him is if he's, totally pulling his punches, which he will. So I'm sure he'll probably get a head off on Spidey or two. We'll see about that.
Of Peter and Matt, not necessarily Daredevil and Spider-Man, but we are going to get that, it sounds like, but specifically Peter and Matt and what's going to come in the next 2 Spider-Man films. And this is what he says. More so that if they give the green light to do everything he's heard that they're talking about, I wouldn't be surprised if Matt ends up taking the mentor role that these Spider-Man films have been having in the last 4 films for a future film. Now, some people might not like that because some people really like that in Spider-Man Brand New Day. He doesn't really have a mentor role. Nope.
Yeah, we don't. The fans are tired of him being mentored. It's crazy. I was just thinking about this yesterday, how I wasn't even really thinking about it. However, when I was watching him in the different, the movies, the Avengers and whatever, I remember thinking to myself, well, like he has his own tech. He doesn't need Iron Man's tech. And then I remember seeing comments, talking about, is he going to be Iron Boy in the next movie or is he going to finally be Spider-Man? You know what I'm saying? So I think people are tired of him being mentored. They want him to be truly a Spider-Man and not be someone's ward. You know what I mean? So,
a babysitter this time, so to speak. But listen to what he has to say. Because as great as Spider-Man Brand New Day is, he says this, and he says, and I know they did this intentionally, the grief and loss Peter feels for everything that's happened is just stuffed really.
People were cheering that on. I saw that on Twitter. I thought that was really weird. Listen, I collected Spider-Man for years, from 4th grade all the way until, I would say, my early 20s. Somewhere around that time, I stopped collecting. And people were like, yes, he's finally suffering. I don't know why people get off on that. I don't. I just, he's been through so much. A good story can include suffering, but it doesn't have to include suffering. I mean, hell, he just lost Aunt May anyway, correct? That rhymed on anybody 80 gang bars. Album dropping next week. So he's already suffering. He's lost all of his friends, family, acquaintances. All the people that know him don't know him anymore. He's already suffering. I understand people are like, oh, he's finally suffering. What? He's been suffering.
Tight and locked away. He uses being Spider-Man as his coping mechanism, but it's not something that we'll get to see full-blown in Spider-Man Brand New Day. It'll slow build and fester for the next couple of movies. And I think that if what they want to do with Matt and Peter's dynamic plays out just right, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, might truly be the perfect mentor. Not necessarily for Spider-Man, but for Peter Parker. And I gotta say, I do really love this. Because this isn't someone necessarily babysitting Spider-Man, but it's real human interaction.
Yeah, human, I get you.
Between two people who
a grown man and a younger grown man.
Right? Because you think about
I got you.
When you're a superhero, there's not many people you can talk to who could relate.
How you know, Wonder? What you doing at night, huh? Let me catch you in the streets beating up thugs.
To what you're going through. But Matt Murdock is one of those people because he's Daredevil, right? I would say having to keep your identity a secret they can relate on as well, but, unless Spider-Man wants to go to Doctor Strange again and do another spell to make people forget that Matt Murdock is Daredevil, everybody knows right now that Matt Murdock is Daredevil. But you can see how this could be appealing because Daredevil's dealt with this for so long. And when they come together to go up against Kingpin, it makes sense that the two of them would bond. And remember, they've met each other already. Now, Matt Murdock doesn't remember because no one knows who Peter Parker is, but they have met in Spider-Man No Way Home. Peter definitely remembers who Matt Murdock is, and I'm sure it's going to be put on the news, and they're going to show us at some point in time that Peter, Spider-Man, is going, whoa, that was my lawyer, now he's Daredevil, and that could lead us to that prison scene with the hand. We'll wait and see on that, but according to Alex Perez, there's lots of big plans for the future for Spider-Man and Daredevil, the Defenders, the Punisher, possibly even more like Kate Bishop's Hawkeye, to all team up and actually go up against Kingpin and possibly even more villains in the next two Spider-Man films. And this could even be its own film, maybe. Who knows? But big plans for that.
Literally, while I'm watching this, someone just sent me, it looks like a trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Him fighting the Hulk. This looks crazy. Got the whole Hulk chasing him on the freeway. He's got the black suit on at one point. Showed Venom in it. I don't know if it's real or if it's AI, but it looks damn convincing. I'll tell you that. Looks like it could possibly be a rough cut. Everyone run to Twitter because whatever it is, it's out there. I can't tell if it's real or not. I'm not sure. AI is too good these days. I'll bet on it being AI though.
Now, on top of this all, Tom Holland has recently spoken up about a lot of things when it comes to Spider-Man because they're on a press tour right now. So he's been talking a lot, and he said this, as far as what comes next for Spider-Man, he said, for whoever's next, whether that is Miles Morales or Spider-Gwen or Spider-Woman or something like that, I would love to be a part of setting up the next chapter. Whatever that looks like, I don't know. But if I could do what Downey did for me, I would be so content swinging off into the sunset. Well,
yeah, so that sounds like he's going to be training them. Yeah, don't kill him. Let him swing off into the sunset.
Holland also recently said that he will play Spider-Man for basically as long as Marvel wants him to.
Wow.
However, I think this looks a little differently than most people expect. I still think he's probably got 3 more films, including Spider-Man Brand New.
You know, he got a good deal talking like that.
and then a Spider-Man 5, and then a Spider-Man 6, and of course all the Avengers films. And then he's probably going to go away for a bit. We know that him and Zendaya got engaged, marriage and kids and everything like that. That's all about to be Tom Holland's life. He's already said he's going to have to take a break because he's worked so hard this year. So is Zendaya, and they're in a lot of big movies. And they've been working hard the past couple of years. I think we get to a point to where he mentors Miles and Gwen, and then eventually maybe tapers off a little bit, becoming that Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man figure, just popping into the movies rather than just completely going away. Kind of basically being a Hugh Jackman Wolverine and maybe Tobey Maguire Spider-Man without taking a massive hiatus, which I think I would enjoy quite a bit. I did ask my Discord about this, but then the next thing I want to talk about before we get into that is pretty cool. Speaking of his future and teaming up with Defenders and other characters, he recently said that he would love to see what an R-rated Spider-Man would look like when talking about teaming up again with the Punisher in another Punisher special or a Punisher TV show or a Punisher
That would be
movie,
crazy.
Which we've actually heard from Daniel McCain. Marvel Studios is
Spider-Man's definitely been through some R-rated stuff.
Tom Holland says that he would like to see what an R-rated version of Spider-Man looks like. The exact quote is, "Let's see what an R-rated version of Spider-Man looks like." And I asked you all, would you like to see that?
Yeah,
I know some people might say, no.
I'm not really into gore or brutality. I'm not really into all that. But I think that would be interesting depending on who is going to be in there with him. And the Punisher being in there with him. I mean, yeah, I get it.
Rated Spider-Man, that's not really what we want. Maybe all the fighting could be R-rated, but as far as like cussing and,
God, if you look at the first few issues of... I think it was Spider-Man Torment that Todd McFarlane drew. What was going on with him psychologically, the spell and the fight with the lizard and Calypso and all that's definitely an R-rated horror movie. It could be. I mean, if they did it right.
Super violence. A lot of people I've seen online have said like that's not really who Spider-Man is, but perhaps there's a storyline. But I mean, I'm pretty sure the team up with the Punisher and Spider-Man Brand New Day is Frank wants to kill people and Spider-Man wants his help but doesn't want him to kill people and kind of probably wants to help Frank as well. So
I'm sure the whole killing thing is going to come up.
He would be R-rated. We would probably get a completely different dynamic, but Tom Holland is open to it. So let me know, would you like to see this? Now, I did ask my Discord what they would think that if Peter Parker went away. Right? So let's say we get the Avengers movies and then we get Spider-Man 6. And what if Tom Holland goes away? He takes a break. And he did mentor Miles or Spider-Gwen or both. Or maybe he didn't. What happens when he leaves and Spider-Gwen and Miles come into play? Could those two characters on their own or together kind of satisfy the Spider-Man need? Or would they need to bring in a new Peter Parker? That is my question to you. And that is...
It's kind of like bringing in, it's like saying, I don't know, you take out Batman and then you bring in a couple of Robins, Dick Grayson has been Batman before. And so you bring in him and Azrael or something, you know what I mean? Like, no one will ever be Bruce. No one will ever be Peter. I don't think, you replace Superman with, his son, Jonathan Kent, or Val Zod. Those are other side characters that can have amazing stories. You're not going to replace Clark. You're not going to replace Kal-El. So, no, I don't think so. I think that they should definitely keep a mainstream Peter, maybe in a different universe if they end up killing off Tom Holland's Peter, to bring in a Miles. But... yeah, I don't think that, it's a possibility, but I wouldn't gamble on it.
That's what I've asked the Discord. Here are some of the answers that we have today. ITC says, I can see Tom Holland's Peter Parker going the Tony Stark route. After Secret Wars, he can still be one of the main faces of the new MCU, and just as Tony Stark trained Peter to carry the mantle after him, Peter Parker can do the same with whoever, whether it be Gwen or...
All right, I'll leave it right here. Looks like he's looking at other things after that, pretty much. Yeah. So, all right. All right. I'm cool with that. I definitely, Gwen was one of my favorite characters in the Spider-Verse movies. Seeing her and Miles get trained by him, maybe them doing a whole three Spider-Man and woman, three Spider movie. That would be great to see at live action. All three of them? Oh, that would be cool, man. So, yeah, yeah, I'm up for it. Just don't do what you've been doing, Disney. Don't F it up. Hear me, Sony? Don't F it up either. 10 million subscribers. Woo!